Today I'm going to show you how to build your own RV in Minecraft, full of all the things you need to travel in style. And if you do enjoy this tutorial, I'd love it if you consider giving that like button a little smash. It does help me out and I would highly appreciate that. But with all that said, let's get building. Here are all the materials that you will need for this build. And the plot of land you will need is 5 by 25 blocks. So first up, I'm going to grab myself some black wool. And then if I just come over to the bottom right hand side corner just here, I'm going to count across 5 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And on that 5th block, I'm going to place one black wool there. And I'm also going to place another one on the other side. And then just on this point here, I'm going to count across 11 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. But then on the 12th block, I'm going to place some more black wool there and another one on the other side. And then I'm going to leave a gap of 2 and then place another black wool on each side there as well. And the next up, I'm going to grab myself some deep slate tile slabs. And then firstly, I'm just going to join up each pair of wheels. Just like this, just connecting them together. And then I'm just going to join these two together as well. And then coming to the left hand side, I'm going to build across 4 blocks. And then just extending this along, just there. And then once that's done, I'm just going to connect these 2 points together as well. And then I'm going to extend the front across with another 4 rows of 3. And then to add a little bit more detail to our wheels, I'm going to grab myself a stone button. I'm just going to place these on the sides. And then moving to the right hand side again with some deep slate tile slabs. I'm going to place 3 just on each side. And then I'm just going to count across 3 blocks, just making sure there's no blocks either side of the wheel there. And then I'm just going to build this all the way along, just until I'm 1 block away from the wheel over there. And I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side. And then once I've reached the back, I'm going to place 3 on each side just there. So that pretty much forms the main base for our RV. So next up for our second layer, and firstly I'm going to do the bits that cover the wheels. So for that, I'm going to grab myself some deep slate tile stairs. And then for this front wheel, I'm going to do 1 stair just upside down and like sideways just there. And then I'm going to place 1 more just along next to it there. And then I'm going to do another one rotated just on the end there. And then I'm just going to repeat that on the other side. And then I'm just going to do the same concept for this pair of wheels as well. The only differences are going to be joining them up this time. So again, just kind of going around just there and then doing it once more. So you should end up with something like this. And then just repeating it 1 more time on this side as well. So by doing that, you should get something that looks like this. And the next up, I'm going to grab myself some light grey concrete. And then I'm just going to place 3 at the front, just there. And then I'm going to leave a gap and then place another 3. And then I'm just going to build this along, going all the way down. Just until I'm 1 away from the edge just there. So this section over here is going to be the front of our RV. So for that, I'm going to add 3 trapdoors just on the front there. And then I'm going to grab myself some levers. And I'm just going to power these trapdoors from behind just there. And then moving back to the light grey concrete, I'm going to leave a block of 1 just there. And then I'm going to place 1 on the 2nd block just there. And I'm just going to build this along until I'm 2 blocks away from that wheel over there. And I'm just going to mirror that on this side as well. And then once that's been built, I'm going to grab myself a white shulker box as well. And then if I just start from the right hand side here, first I'm going to place 3 just along just there. So this is just going to act as like some sort of storage for the RV. So I've added 3 there, and then I'm going to add 2 just in that little gap there, 1 in that gap, and then just 2 on the end just there. And I'm just going to mirror that on this side as well. And then just to finish off this back bit here, I'm going to add an extra 3 light grey concrete. And then I'm going to add an extra shulker box just on either side. And then move into some deep slate tile stairs. I'm going to place 5 upside down ones just along here. And the next, I'm going to grab myself a ladder. And just for the entrance, I'm going to place 1 ladder just on that block just there. And then for the front and back lights, I'm going to grab myself some glowing item frames. And I'm also going to grab myself some glowstone and a redstone block. And then just on these white shulkers, I'm going to place 2 of these. And then I'm going to add glowstone in the middle there for some front lights. And I'm going to do the same thing on the back for some back rear lights just there. And then we're also going to need a number plate. So if I grab myself a birch sign, I'm just going to add 1 firstly on the bottom there. And extend that out so it's 3 long in total. And then I'm also going to add another 3 signs on the front. And then moving back to the white shulker boxes, just where the light grey concrete is exposed there, I'm just going to place some shulkers in front of that. So 6 there. So again, just doing that on this side as well. So for our next layer, if we just move back to the front, I'm going to get some more deep set tile stairs. And first I'm going to place 1 just in that direction just there. And I'm going to curve it around and then just finish it off on the end there. And that'll be for the kind of front of the RV. And the next, I'm going to grab myself some grey concrete. And then from this point, I'm going to build across 4 blocks. And then I'm going to leave a gap or 2 and then place 1 more grey concrete just there. But then on the other side, I can place it all the way along. And then once that front section has been done, I'm just going to place more grey concrete just on top of all the, kind of like, just on top of the outer edge of the RV. So I'm just going to do that all the way around. So you should end up with something like this. But before we go any further, I think we can delete our guide now. So I'm just going to get rid of that. And then for the next layer, so I'm going to grab myself some black stained glass. And at the front, I'm going to place 3 just there. And then either side, I'm going to grab myself some black stained glass panes and place 1 on each side just there. And then I'm going to extend both sides by another 2 panes. And then I'm going to place 2 grey concrete just there. But then on the other side, I'm going to place 3. And then I'm going to leave a gap and then place another one just there. And then another block on the other side as well. And then just on these 2 walls here, I'm going to place 1 grey concrete on either side. And then in the middle, I'm going to grab myself some white concrete. I'm going to place 2 of these just in the center of each section there. And then to fill in the windows, I'm just going to add some more black stained glass just in those gaps there. And I'm also going to add 1 in that little gap there as well. And then moving to the side, I'm going to place 2 more grey concrete just there. And then I'm going to leave a gap and then place another 2. And then I'm going to leave a gap of 4 and then place 2 just on the end there. And then on the other side, I'm going to build across 5 blocks. And then another gap of 4 and then 2 on the end. And then like we've done with those 2 windows, I'm going to add another 2 white concrete in the middle of those sections there. And then with some more black stained glass panes, let's just fill in these windows. Then let's fill in the one at the back. And then also that little one there as well. And then for our next layer, firstly, I'm just going to heighten this front window. So again, with some black stained glass, I'm going to place 3 on top of that. And then with some black glass panes, I'm going to place another 3 just either side. And then with some grey concrete, I'm going to place another 2 just there. And then a row of 5 along that side. And then just 1 more there as well. And then once those sections has been done, I'm just going to And then once those two sides have been done, I'm just going to place grey concrete just on top of this whole kind of edge just there. And then for the door, I'm going to place one black stained glass pane just on the bottom there, and then one on the top. And this time I'm going to grab myself a diorite wall. I'm just going to place that in the middle for a handle. And the next up, with some more grey concrete, I'm just going to build this going just on top of the whole RV. So I'm just going to build all the way around. So you should get something that looks like this. And that'll just heighten it by one more layer there. And then for the roof, I'm going to grab myself some more light grey concrete. And then I'm just going to fill this entire top layer in. And the next up for the roof. So for this, I'm going to be using some snow here. So for the front, I'm going to add 2 layers of snow just on one block just there. I'm just going to build that across. So it's 5 long just there. And then moving to the back, I'm going to do the same thing. But I'm just going to do 2 rows just there. And then to top the rest of this area off, I'm going to place some more snow. But this time it's going to be 4 layers high. So I'm just going to do that to cover the whole roof. And then with the roof done, we've just got a few extra details to do on the outside. So firstly, I'm just going to do the front canopy. So for that, I'm going to grab myself a lever. I'm just going to place one on either side, just there. And the next, I'm going to grab myself some carpet. So I'm going to grab myself some grey and some white carpet. And I'm also going to grab myself some string. And then just in between these levers, I'm going to place 4 just there. And then just while I hold shift, I'm going to place 1 white carpet there, leaving a gap in between, so 3 along. In those gaps, I'm going to add another 3 grey carpet. And then with some more string, I'm going to place another row of 6. And then another row of 6 there as well. So you should get some sort of kind of like grid like this. And then just on top, I'm going to extend these points by another 2 blocks. Just there. And then for a little table and chair set for our RV, firstly, just on this block, I'm going to place 1 quartz slab there, leave a gap of 2, and then place another slab. And then I'm going to place another gap of 2, another slab, 1 final gap of 2, and another slab just there. And then with some iron doors, I'm going to place 1 of these behind each slab, followed by a white banner just in front of each door. And then for the actual table, I'm going to grab myself some black stained glass. I'm just going to place 8 just in the middle there. And then on top, I'm just going to place grey carpet just there. So that'll give a nice little table and chair set just there. And then one final detail for the side mirrors to the RV. I'm going to place 1 just on that block just there. And then 1 on the other side. And underneath each glass pane, I'm going to grab myself a stone brick wall. And just place 1 of them underneath each pane. So with the exterior done, we can now start decorating the interior. So first up for the driving area. So for this, firstly, I'm going to grab myself some white concrete. And I'm just going to place 3 of these to cover those levers just there. And then for a navigation system, I'm going to grab myself an item frame and a recovery compass. I'm just going to place them just at the front just there. And then for some sort of gear stick, I'm going to grab myself a lever. And let's just place 1 just there. And then for a steering wheel, I'm going to grab myself a grindstone. I'm just going to place 1 just there. And the next, I'm going to grab myself some deep slate tile slabs. I'm just going to place 1 on either side. An iron trap door, I'm just going to place 1 in the middle just there. And for some extra controls, I'm also going to add 2 buttons either side. And then I'm also going to grab myself some stone brick stairs. I'm just going to place 1 upside down, 1 on either side just there. And then next I'm going to grab myself some black stained glass panes. I'm just going to place 3 just on either side just there. And then for some backs for these chairs, I'm going to grab myself a grey banner. I'm just going to place these on top of the panes there, which will add some nice backs to our seats. And then just moving to this block here, I'm going to add a little shelf. So for that, I'm going to grab myself some light grey carpet. And I'm just going to place 3 of them just there. And the next up, moving to the kind of little dining area here. So for that, with some quartz stairs, I'm going to place 1, 2 just there. And then I'm also going to grab myself some white stained glass panes. I'm just going to place 2 in the middle there. And then on top of that, I'm going to add 2 white carpet. And the next up, for a little plant in the corner there, I'm going to grab myself a cauldron, place 1 there. And then on top of that, I'm going to place 2 spruce leaves. And then just in the middle there, I'm going to get some more grey carpet. And I'm going to place 4 just there. So next up, for the kitchen area. So for this, I'm going to grab myself some polished deep slate, and I'm just going to place 1 on the end there. And then on top of that, I'm going to add some cake just there. Might have a little nibble at that. And then next to that, I'm going to grab myself a barrel. Just place 1 just sideways like that. And then in front of that, I'm going to add myself an item frame, and I'm just going to frame that with a lovely baked potato just there. And on top of the barrel, I'm going to add a white carpet just there as well. And then for the main ovens, I'm just going to grab myself some smokers. Let's just place 2 there. And then I'm also going to grab myself some stone stairs. I'm just going to place 2 either side for a little extraction there. And then for a little hob design, I'm going to grab myself some detector rails and place 2 just along there. And then also with a cauldron, I'm going to place 1 there. And that's going to be our little sink there. And on the end for a fridge, I'm going to grab some iron blocks. I'm going to place 2 just there. And then in front of that, I'm going to add an iron door. And I'm also going to add an iron trap door just on top there. And then for a tap for our sink, I'm going to grab myself a tripwire hook. And then I'm just going to place 1 on the side there. And of course, we've got to fill this sink up with some water. So if I grab myself a water bucket, place some water in there. And then for an extra little shelf just here, I'm going to grab myself some light grey carpet. I'm going to place 2 just on top there. And then for some drawers, I'm going to grab myself a Bert sign and place 1 on that polished deep slate there. And I'm also going to place 1 in front of that cauldron. And that'll give us our kitchen area. And the next up, moving on to the bathroom. So for that, I'm going to grab myself some white concrete. And then I'm just going to place 3 on the right hand side just there. And then with some black glass panes, I'm going to place 1 on the bottom and 1 on the top for a side door. And in the middle, similar to the front entrance, I'm going to grab myself another diorite wall and place 1 in the middle just there. And then from this point, I'm going to go across 3 blocks. And on that 3rd block, I'm going to repeat this design. So again, row of white concrete up there, 2 black stained glass top and bottom, and then a diorite wall in the middle. And then with some more polished deep slate, I'm going to replace 8 blocks just there, leaving 2 blocks empty there, because that's going to be our shower area. But before I do the shower, obviously we're going to need a toilet. So for that, I'm going to grab myself a quartz stair. Let's place 1 there with an iron trap door just on top. And I'm also going to grab myself a lever and place 1 of that on top to open up the trap door. And then for the shower, I'm going to delete those 2 blocks. And then I'm going to grab myself a quartz stair. I'm just going to place these along there. And then for a button, I'm going to grab myself an item frame with some polished andesite in it. And I'm also going to grab a sign to neaten that off. And that'll give us a nice little shower button just there. And then for a shower hose, just add a little drip wire hook just there. And then for our last section, this is going to be our bedroom. So for this, firstly, let's grab myself some white wool. I'm going to place 2 just there. And then I'm also going to grab myself some blue wool. And I'm just going to place 6 just in front there. And on the end there, I'm going to add 2 Bert signs. And then for a little picture, I'm going to add an item frame. And I'm just going to frame a golden apple in that. And then for a little bedside table, I'm going to grab myself a white shulker box. Let's place 1 just there. And on top of that, let's add a flower pot. And then within that flower pot, I'm going to fill that with a dandelion And on top of that, I'm going to grab some light grey carpet. Let's place one on this side, one on top there for a shelf. And then for a little TV here, I'm just going to grab myself a painting. I'm just going to place one just there. So with the TV place, that gives us our bedroom section there. And then finally, just to light this RV up, I'm going to grab myself some torches. And I'm just going to place one in the front there. And then maybe one on the side there. One there. Let's add one in the bathroom. And let's also add one just in the bedroom there. Just to light this place up. So with the torches placed, that is our RV all complete. So I hope you guys enjoyed this build tutorial. And as always, if you did enjoy, I'd love it if you give that like button a little smash, as I would highly appreciate that. And also, if you want to hang out with me, then you can join my Discord. The link to that will be in the description. But yeah, so thanks for watching and have a good day.